After a last-minute shot that wasn't, the Atlanta Hawks advanced to the Eastern Conference Finals since 1970-something. 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 And they're going to be taking on LeBron James, Kyrie Irvin, and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Yes, folks. It's a WC Eastern Conference Finals preview breakdown video. I'm going to be covering from every angle possible. I'm going to be talking about the coaches. I'm going to be talking about the intangibles. I'm going to be talking about the key players. But I want to first give a shout out to the Washington Wizards. I want to talk about my own team. Yes, I'm depressed. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and say that I am depressed. Last minute shot by Paul Pierce. A split second more. It's overtime right now. Probably goes to a game 7. You know, I said that Atlanta could win this series in about 7. It happened in 6. I said that the Wizards could win it in 5. They didn't win it at all. So the Washington Wizards have a great core, man. Beal, Wall. I don't know if Pierce is going to come back, but you know, Nene and Gertat really didn't show up here in the playoffs, man. If you watched that video, I called that. If they had showed up, I mean, they might be a game 7. You know what I'm saying, going on right now. But shout outs to the Washington Wizards, man. Great team. They have a great basis there with Wall and Beal and Otto Porter, an emerging star. I don't know if Kevin Durant's gonna come. Hey, KD, come home, brother. I mean, hey, you know what I'm saying? I could be biased in this part of the video, but this part of the video ain't. This video is not necessarily about the Wizards, but I just want to talk about them and their amazing season. Now, getting on to the Eastern Conference Finals. The Hawks versus the Cavs. Now, I know what you're thinking. The Cavs don't have a chance without Love. Do they? Yes, they do. You better wait. Yes, they do. They have a very good chance without Kevin Love. But they're going to need big bodies down low. But first, I want to touch on the coaching matchup. Yes, coaching matchup. Mike Budenholzer, I hope I said his name right. All right, versus David Blatt. Now, both of these guys, man, have a deep coaching pedigree. They've, worked through the backwoods. They worked through the back roads, man, to get to this point to have major head coaching jobs. And I'm just going to say it's a push. I'm not going to really spend too much time on it. I think that both of these guys are very, very good X's and O's coaches. Budenholzer holding off that fury that the Wizards were basically putting on them in the last 2 games, and being able to will his team put his team in the best position to beat the Wizards. And then you look at David Blatt, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. There's no disrespect, and some people that have watched my videos over the last couple of years, I've said this before. All right, if you give me Kyrie Irvin, if you give me Kevin Love, if you give me LeBron James, I'm going to be in the NBA Finals every year. And you're not going to stop me. There's nothing that you can do to stop me. I will pull up on the sidelines with a Hawaiian punch shirt, all right, and some pineapple juice, kick my feet up and some sandals, all right, and I'll just let LeBron do it. I mean, I think that's what David Blatt needs to do in this series. Just let LeBron do it. I mean, the guy's a seasoned vet. Kyrie Irvin and not Kyrie Irvin. I think that LeBron James, and no disrespect to Atlanta, I think that LeBron James can beat Atlanta by himself. I really do. Because Wall and Beal, they almost did it. Look, Wall basically almost did it with one hand. And you're telling me that a healthy LeBron James is going to let Atlanta come in there and beat him? Hey, it could happen. Could happen. Let me just go ahead and break down the X factors in this series. Now, Kyle Korver for the Atlanta Hawks has struggled. I mean, he struggled in the game 6 that you probably just got done watching. Struggled. He's going to have to show up big in this series. I'm not necessarily looking at Damari Curl because I know what to expect from him. I'm not looking at Millsap because I know what to expect from him. Al Horford should be a beast down low to a certain extent, but I think that Mozgov is a good defensive center. Yes, I did say that. So I'm looking at Kyle Korver, and I'm saying his matchup versus potentially Iman Shumpert and J.R. Smith. Can he win that matchup? And he's going to need to if they're going to go to the finals. He can't have a lackluster series against the Cavaliers and the Hawks go to the finals. It's not going to happen. All right, Jeff Teague too, but more so Korver than Teague. Now looking at the Cleveland Cavaliers and their intangibles. Their bench play. As you've seen what Dellavedova did, he's just one person on that Cavalier bench. Tristan Thompson has been inserted to the starting lineup. My biggest criticism of the Cleveland Cavaliers was been their bench the entire season, and where the productivity was going to come from when Kyrie Irving and Love and LeBron went on the floor. But they didn't really have that problem because they always had one of those three players on the floor. And now it's like no Love for sure. Kyrie Irving looks like he's banged up, but he says he's going to play in this series. It's a 5-day stretch between the start of this series and the ending of the Hawks series. So you can soak this video up and basically, take it all in over the next couple of days. But I'm looking at this situation and I'm saying the Cavaliers bench overall, they need to show up. I mean, because Atlanta has a better bench. They have Schroeder. They have, Bazemore and the rest of those guys, man. They've basically been playing all season long. They could just step in and just take over the game. Just like the Warriors bench. You can just step in and take over the game. They've had that ability. And that's basically what the X factor is going to be in this series. Now, intangibles. In the playoffs, man, you really can't say that home court really means anything to a certain degree. Because at the end of the day, the better team is going to win. As it basically, as you basically seen with the Hawks series, the better team basically won. Can't make free throws at the end of the game. Can't hold on to the ball. You're going to lose in the playoffs. All right. There's one thing that I want you guys to look for in this series. I want you guys to look for Atlanta to shade maybe 2, maybe 3 guys on LeBron and force him to pass the ball. That's the only way that Atlanta can beat the Cavaliers is if they stop LeBron. They stop LeBron, they can go to the NBA Finals. If you can't stop LeBron, don't even think about it. All right, just don't think about it. Prediction for this series. Let me just go ahead and say it like this, Atlanta. All right, you're the number 1 seed for a reason. All right, you've been consistent all year long. All right, but you haven't been in these neck of the woods. You haven't played against this competition. And you can say the same thing about the Cavaliers, but the Cavaliers have the guy that I don't think that Atlanta can stop. I don't think that Damari Carroll can stop him. I don't think that Horford can stop him. I don't think that Millsap can stop them. I don't know. I don't think that anybody on Atlanta's squad can stop LeBron James. I just don't. I don't think that they can stop him long enough in order to win this series. Now, I do think that this series goes 6 games. So maybe they'll be able to spell him long enough. And Atlanta deserves that respect because they do have an inside force. And, the Cavaliers have been weak inside ever since they lost Virgil early in the season. That's their weakness, but they got stronger with Mozgov. So you could say that their front court matchup should be pretty darn good. It's one of the keys to the series that I haven't mentioned, but I mentioned it now. I think the Cavaliers win this series in about 6 games. The health of Kyrie Irvin really, really makes that much of a difference, folks. All right. But at the same time, I think that LeBron James can do it by himself. So let me know how you guys feel. It's the NBA playoffs here on YouTube, man. Classic. Instant classic. The music's playing, man. The bikini models are coming out, man. It's the Eastern Conference Finals. Make sure that you guys stay tuned. I'm going to be doing an NBA Draft Lottery review later on. Maybe after game 2 or 3 in the Eastern Conference Finals, Western Conference Finals. Make sure that you check out the Western Conference Finals video too as the music starts to cut me off. It's been a long video. And until next round, folks, NBA Finals. Peace out.